Gotway EX or Begode EX for a price tag of more than $4,000 with 38 kilos with a smaller battery than a Sherman. Is it really worth it? Hi everyone, Marcus here from MedPack, and if you love EUCs, PVs and everything that have a E of electricity, this is the place for you. And unfortunately, because I don't have my GoPro and I'm waiting for the new one, I decided to do this video for you guys that is just giving you my opinion about the Gotway or Begode EX before I have the possibility to try out. But things that you should consider when you are looking to this wheel and why I think that is not going to be the best seller of Gotway. From far is impossible in my opinion. So I think it's a wheel to skip. I hope that my opinion changed, but in this moment I'll tell you why I think that this is not the wheel for you. So first of all, it's a wheel that have only a suspension that have a travel of 6 centimeters. If you've seen my previous video where I've done an off-roading test with the Sherman, you will understand that a travel of 6 centimeters is basically nothing. If you have a tire, like I explained in that video, if you have a tire like the Sherman with a knobby tire that have a PSE that is much lower, it doesn't make sense to have a suspension that is so short. So I don't feel that the investment that you put in front to get a suspension on a Gotway wheel is going to be relevant, because it's just going to give you 6 centimeters of travel. So if you have a big hole, and that is the thing that I like about the Kingsong S18, is when you get a big hole, it really absorbs and it allows you to go forward faster on that type of situations. But when you look to the Gotway X or Gotway EX, it's a wheel that is just used in the urban situation, and in that case I think is much inferior than the Emotion V11. Obviously I'm not talking about speed, obviously you are going to get that, but think like this: who is searching for speeds have better options on the market, and for that you have the MSX, you have the MSP, you have the RS, you have the Sherman. And if I put side by side with the Sherman, is even heavier than the Sherman and is not as fast as the Sherman, and it costs more than the Sherman and is weaker than the Sherman. When you put in this way, it's really difficult to justify the price that you have on the EX. And there is more things that when you open, for example, an Emotion wheel, or even if you open the Sherman, you can see that everything was made balanced. So when you open one side and when you open the other, everything is distributed in the same way. When you go to open the Gotway EX or X or Begode X, you're going to notice that first of all you have the package on the back. So what happened is the wheel is heavier on the back than on the front, so it's harder for you to start to accelerate, I believe, because of that, because you have more weight on the back than on the front, and because the wheel is not well distributed, is also harder to brake because you can't balance the wheel in the same way. That gives me the question: are they really hearing what we want? So the wheel, yeah, it looks really cool in all the Gotway wheels. I think is one of the wheels that I like the most, but is really far from making a useful wheel. And if you go to cities, and that is the thing, when you look to the Gotway EX, I believe that was made for you guys that lives in cities like New York. But if it's a wheel that it takes me longer to brake and to maneuver, it loses the place where it should be, that is in the city. But if you have a suspension, you can think, okay, but this should be for going off-road. But after you have a suspension that is completely exposed, and you can completely damage. And in a video that we saw of EVX, by the way, if you don't have subscribed to his channel, I really recommend you to do, because he do amazing content. But you could see that in the day that he gave the opportunity to other rides to try, the suspension was already bent. So it costs more than the Sherman, it costs more than the Emotion V11, that for me in suspension is the best wheel. Can I really recommend the EX at this point? I don't think so, but let me know in the comments below what is your opinion. My name is Marco, this is MatPack. If it's your first time here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, comment below, smash the thumbs up, do whatever you want, but always with a smile on your face, and I hope to see you in the next one.